Alright, hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome back to Warhammer Chaosbane. I kind of screwed up. So for those of you that saw the first episode of this, I accidentally broke embargo. I didn't even realize I was in the middle of moving into my new house. And I was like, shoot, I need one more video for the day because my schedule's all wacky. Well, I'd already streamed some Chaosbane, so I put it up. And then I get a very kind email from my from the PR guy being like, "Can you take your video down? Like, it's not supposed to be up till the 7th. You can put it back up on the 7th, but please don't do this." And I'm like, "Oh shoot!" And he was very understanding, as well as like the guy that actually is handling PR for Chaosbane. They both sent me nice messages, and so here I am, not breaking the embargo to play the game again properly. Let's go burn some nurglings. Drink some water and punch a microphone. Again. Twice. There's a lot of microphone punching that goes on in this household. They offend me greatly. Let's see. So we gotta return to Techless. I thought we already did. I don't know. I don't actually remember that much. I recorded this, I believe, when I had food poisoning. One of the last nights I was in the hotel, which didn't go great. Well, I mean, it went great for me. I'm not in the hotel anymore. But it's not exactly... All I remember is the flamethrower in this game is amazing, and that's about it.
I succeeded in freeing most of the captives, just as I said I would. But a few had already been slain.
I feared this would happen. The cultists have won greater power at our expense. Though without your efforts, it would have been much worse. We must not let them gain too great an advantage over us. Return to me as soon as you are ready. I will have a new task for you.
Yay. I unlocked a lot of things, apparently. Well, we've spoken with Techless. What have I unlocked? What has happened? Okay, so I just got that and it's already equipped. Okay, and that's actually the first bit of good equipment I think we have. They've changed a little bit. Not too much, but they've changed enough that I'm a little thrown off. I think they changed the UI over here. Or maybe they didn't. I'm just being thrown off because, yeah, most of my first hour of this game was through like it feels like a fever dream. Wait. No, I am supposed to just go down here and talk to Techless again. Dang it, Techless, finish the conversation up there.
Since the attack, we have been on the defensive, reacting to the enemy's plans. That ends now. We must seek out and destroy the cult's source of power if we are to end its reign of terror here in Nuln.
Of course, High Lord Master. But how shall we find it?
The cult must have camps scattered throughout the sewers. Find one and capture its leader. He will tell us what we need to know.
Okay, find the Chaos Camp. So we're in the city of Nuln. What name's the city Nuln? I don't know. That's actually really cool looking. I never was really a big fan of Warhammer. Okay, so I can now press 2 when my gauge is full to unleash my bloodlust? Okay. I've acquired a... I am confused about this. They changed stuff. Actually changed a fair bit, apparently. Or maybe it's tilde, not 2. Well, one way or another, I've still got my flamethrower. That's really all that matters. Let's see. So let's check skills. So I've got actually missile superior. Can I fit it? Yes. Okay, so fire explosion on impact generates energy. What are the differences? Slightly more damage and maybe a bigger AoE? Oh, burning enemies and setting the ground alight. Okay, so this one has burn. And it looks way more impressive. So, sure, why not? I gotta give it credit. I was playing a little bit of Path of Exile because the new Path of Exile League starts tomorrow. About this time tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be kind of interesting. We're going to go from Satisfactory to Path of Exile to probably more DMC or something. I'm not really sure. But so I was playing a little bit of Path of Exile just to like double check some settings and whatnot. Okay, let's... Oh. So this is bloodlust. I can go into, like, anger mode. It looked like I couldn't move there for a second, but I guess I could have. I don't know. Burn! Perfect. Okay, we gotta go back. I left some things behind. Let's see, what was it? Oh, is that? Yeah, that's money. What else have I had left behind? Doesn't look like too much, admittedly. But yeah, so I'd loaded up, Path of Exile, and I was just fighting things with the basic witch, spell, and, you know, in comparison, this game does have, like, a better immediate feel. These fireballs feel satisfying. But I guess part of it is they are a spell, and I think this game's supposed to be a little bit more arcadey than Path of Exile. Maybe? I don't know. Maybe not necessarily better or deeper, but, you know, a little bit more immediate punch, which I can get behind. It reminds me of Gauntlet, honestly. The, Huh. Yeah, whatever happened to the Gauntlet series? I think they probably just, like, flopped hard. You know, they had some, like, decent successes with the N64, and, like, I'm gonna say Dark Legacy was fantastic. I'm probably wrong, but I loved it as a kid. Oh, right. I've got a teleportation move. These suckers are tough. My character does not like the Poison Nova. I don't care. It's just like, what? Poison AoE? Who cares? I love the fact that the basic attack actually sets enemies on fire. It does a decent chunk of damage. Oh, it's right click to fire the that move. Hello. Oh right, I forgot they do the tentacle. I also forgot these guys hurt really, really bad. Stay away from the tentacles of not so much fun. Did I level up? I apparently unlocked Etheric Orb Superior? Oh, that's probably the superior version of my right click. Can I just equip that now? It looks like I can. Well, I barely use... Actually, I barely use this. Gives a trail of fire in its wake. Let's get rid of energy generation. Give this a go. Ow. Hey, flea. Okay, that looks a little bit more fun and effective. Ow. Stunned again. Yeah, I'm not sure if I really care too much about the whole energy generation thing. It seems like I'm pretty set for this stuff, damn it. Well, that's okay. Back we go, grab the goodies. It's a little harder finding the loot. There's gotta be like a toggle where you can see it. Maybe. No, I can press tab to pull up the map. Sort of? I'm not convinced it's actually any better than, just leaving it in the top right corner. Because it actually is, like, super zoomed out-ish. Back. Get out of here. Everything must burn. I'm probably gonna play the Slayer when the game actually officially comes out, but I gotta give him credit. Like, the mage does feel pretty good. Normally, I guess I'm kind of meh on mages because they die fast and don't have interesting abilities, but I mean, I'm not entirely sure if we're a high elf mage or just a pyromancer. It all feels pyromancy. I'm sure, like, when it boils down, I only have, like, a couple of fire spells, but early on, it's like, hey, you like fire? Here's all of the fire. I guess we did have that, like, kind of squirrely lightning-looking move. But it ain't nearly as cool as fire. So I wonder if the underground sewer section that I was doing, I wonder if that was actually just kind of considered a tutorial, and we're finally, like, actually, you know, heading out at this point. That would make a lot of sense, because that town, that, like, fortress area seemed kind of limiting. I'm expecting to find, like, interesting loot around here. You know, like, exploration, but no, it's pretty linear. Oh, shoot, I'm already level 9. Yeah, apparently the beta caps off at level 20. So we probably only have, like, 2 hours of content in this game? 3, maybe? It really depends on, like, how fast you level and stuff. Either that or it turns out this beta is actually, like, pretty tremendous. I know the game is split up into different acts, though I'm assuming they probably have 3 acts with, like, a 4th is DLC if you're gonna follow Diablo style. I'm fine with that, honestly. I don't know. I know a lot of these games are pretty derivative, but, like, what was it? I was playing, well, I've been playing a lot of games that are actually super derivative to their source material. The Wild Age, which is just Kingdom but in 3D. Another game called Moss Destruction recently that is effectively just Nuclear Throne by any other name, but with 3D and less interesting abilities, I guess, and guns. And so this game is very much, like, derivative towards the standard Diablo model. But it's competent enough, I don't think I have any complaints about it. I think normally when I'm playing, like, Diablo-style games, especially, like, the more knockoffs, it's kind of painfully obvious when they're not up to snuff. But they usually get kinda... Let's see. They usually bomb, I guess? I should probably switch the fire breath to number 2. I like the fire orbs. Oh, the fire orbs bounce. Okay, I like the fire orbs a little bit more than I thought I did. I'm trying to trick shot them into this guy. Unfortunately, the burning ground is not nearly as cool as I wanted it to be. Yeah, let's get rid of the burning orb. Skills. Get out of here, etheric orb. My burning fire breath. Breath of fire. I like blinding light enough. I'm gonna hold on to that, but this way I can... Yeah, there we go. Everything burns. It is satisfying. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get to multiplayer for the beta period on this game. I should probably mention... I think I had said there was the potential for me playing with other people during the beta, but the other guy that I was working with, contacting, has a guest right now. And honestly, we're going to be playing Satisfactory tomorrow anyway, so... I don't know. This is one of those where I can play... I can play like a couple hours of this and be satisfied until June when the actual game comes out. And then actually try and, like, do some kind of multiplayer thing. Oh, the body explodes. That explains things. So is this the beta? Yes! This is the beta. If you pre-order Warhammer Chaosbane, you should, I think, get access to this. And can play. And you're limited up to level 20 for two out of 4 of the classes. I think you only get to play as the Inquisitor and the High Elf Mage. The Slayer and the is it the... Whatever the Wood Elf is. Those two are locked off for the time being. Which is unfortunate, but I guess it does push me to play a completely different class than I would normally play. And honestly, I'm enjoying it. One problem is my regular attack is so satisfying that it actually makes it kind of tough for me to want to use, like, the other spells. The fire breath still has its place. When I have enough enemies stacked up, it's burning time. Especially if I want to shoot around corners. What I want to do personally is I want to get to the point where I can actually I want to get to the point where I can shoot a dude through the wall with the fire breath, because I don't think it's blocked by walls. And I want to I want to roast somebody through the masonry, the brickwork. I guess that counts, kinda. It's not as satisfying. I wonder how many tile sets they have, because we've actually been through this more or less tile set map before. But then again, I guess that's kind of how most of these games work. You know, Torchlight I replayed through actually fairly recently, and it was kind of impressive how short and small it was. I always thought it was actually quite the tremendous game, but it was pretty... It was honestly extremely small. I think you maybe went through like the same tile set about 3 times and then you moved on to a new one. Unless you started doing like randomly generated stuff. The randomly generated stuff was kind of fun. I know this game has like a boss rush, which is kind of an interesting feature. I think there was some other stuff as well. Personally, I'm just hoping that someday we get like a really deep Diablo-style like infinite dungeon crawl, where you just are trying to go like as deep as possible, which I think is actually something in Path of Exile. But yeah, clearly I should just play Path of Exile before I talk about any of these things, because I think that would actually be good for me. There we go. Yeah, they're not as tough anymore. We should probably take a look at new equipment. Let's see, that's a little better. That's better. It's worse. That's better. Anything else? That's better. Small damage down in favor of big upgrades. Yeah. Let's see. Wander, would you be predisposed to a weekly schedule in the community tab for uploading the videos on YouTube? I don't... What? Oh, you mean like actually releasing what my schedule is going to be? For YouTube videos or for streams? Because honestly, to be totally frank, I don't actually have much of a schedule for anything. Usually what I do is I wake up, I look at my schedule of like, what do I need, what do I actually need to get everything, you know, up and keep all my series going, and then that's what I record and stream and whatever. And it doesn't help that I'm going through like a series of fairly, I'm not going to say drastic life changes, but I just moved halfway across the country, and I'm going away for a week at the end of the month to go on a, I'm going away for a week to PAX. And so, I really don't know what my schedule is going to look like, leading up to that, because I'm more or less going to spend the next 2 weeks, you know, in a panic, recording as much as humanly possible. You know, to make sure that I'm, I guess, capable of going away without burning my channel any further than it already has. Being homeless for 2 weeks was exciting. And honestly, like, wasn't actually... Hello.
I smell elf flesh! Kill the unbeliever!
I smell Kurt Nurgling. Ow. Oh, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna piss them all off. Whee! What the? Oh, I got, I'm getting stun-locked by the not the Nurglings, the weird flesh monstrosities. It's a bit of a shame that they can stun-lock me, honestly. It worked out well enough. Oh, let's see.
What, you elf? May the Lord of Pestilence turn your guts to slime!
Your twisted god cannot save you, beast man. Now stop your bleating, or I'll show you the true meaning of pain.
Wait, no, my loot! My loot! I wasn't even done with the dungeon. Whatever.
I have a prisoner for you, High Lord Master. An Ungor, taken from one of the camps in the sewers below.
Leave him to me. I'll have the answers I seek, one way or another. Return to me when you are ready. All will be made clear then.
Hey, personal stash. Alright. You can access it from the dormitory. Cool. Actually, it wants me to go do that. Alright, that's fine. Let's see. Boxes to pre-ordering on the site aren't working, so you can't pre-order. Just pre-order from Steam. I think it's only going to be on Steam anyway. Okay, this is personal stash. You can store items in it and share between your different characters. Oh, cool. I mean, not immediately or amazingly helpful, but neat. Let's see. So there's tech list, but let's donate, because I still don't think we can sell stuff. Oh, right. Let's make sure none of these are better than what I'm currently rolling. Nope, nothing. Alright, how do we sell again? Let's see. Trade non-rare items. Nope, I don't want to do that. That's what I've got equipped. Okay, and I'm gonna trade my shirt. There we go. So we've got rings, we've got pants, we've got bracers, everything is good. Alright.
Fortune is with us. The Ungor required very little persuasion to turn on his human allies. The creature says the leader of the cult is a man named Friedrich Kessler, and has offered to lead us directly to the cult's shrine, located deep within the sewers.
What if this game has controller support?
How can we trust him?
This has nothing to do with trust. If there is one thing that all followers of Chaos have in common, it's supreme self-interest. They will betray anyone and anything in order to protect themselves. Faced with certain death, the monster will not hesitate to turn on his former friends.
I see. And what's to stop him from doing the same to us?
At the moment, the Ungor fears you more than he fears the cult. I suggest you keep it that way.
So I was going to suggest... Also, yes, it does in fact have, okay, Expedition or Boss Rush. So those are probably the randomly generated things. So, I was... Oh, hello.
What is the meaning of this?
Rise! Spawn of Nurgle! Slay the unbeliever for the glory of the Plague God!
Wow, that was short-lived. That was incredibly short-lived. Also, this game might actually play better with a controller, to be totally honest. Like, it might actually straight up... I've actually been kind of realizing that with Diablo likes, is they're actually really fun and much more comfortable with a controller. You don't get some of the fine precision and dealing with like the finely tuned controls don't feel as good. Okay, I'm just gonna play Catch Me If You Can with Toaster Roastimus here. I guess really he's not. I'm Toaster Roastimus. He is being Toaster Roasted. Oh. Nice puke. I've got fire. Wait, can I hurt myself? My character made like a aha! Like weird either he was triumphant or he was in pain, and I honestly can't tell you. Well, either way. Let's see. Can't play an ARPG with a controller. Weird, because like I did it with Diablo 3 and I actually thought it was incredibly comfortable. And I'm playing it now, and it's more comfortable. I don't know. I think it's one of those that I enjoy using both hands when playing video games at this point, unless it's like an RTS. And so with like ARPGs and stuff, oh, do we just book it? I see. We just go back the way we came. Oh, I was poisoned. Yeah, that could have been possible. It does feel like the player character is incredibly durable compared to what I was expecting, so I honestly haven't been paying too much attention to my health. But yeah, I don't know. I enjoy having two hands, one for moving, one for using the abilities. I guess that's actually how it works. Maybe it's just one of those that I've grown uncomfortable with the age-old click on enemies till they die feeling from most, like, ARPGs. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that I have, like, a repeated strain injury that I'm more or less perpetually courting because, you know, I can't exactly stop playing video games. So I have to be kind of tender with it. And so, yeah, I can just point myself and just, like, hold down the A button in a fairly ergonomic manner. I don't know. Controllers are more ergonomic than mice. And so, yeah, I don't know. It feels better with a controller. And so I was looking at, you know, Path of Exile, Diablo, and whatever, and it seems like their console ports don't support controllers at all. Or no, their console ports, you know, support controllers, but not the PC versions because reasons? I don't know. I was kind of disappointed because I was like, oh, I would love to play Diablo 3 with the same control scheme that I've been using in the Switch version, because it looks nicer on PC, but nope, keyboard and mouse only, and I'm like, no, I don't know. Let's see. So, seeing as I was talking about it the last time I played Chaosbane, I think I had mentioned that we more or less had the place we were just waiting to move in. So yeah, at this point we have, Blinding Light Superior. We have officially moved into our new house, and it's pretty nice. I like it a lot. Let's see. Let's do skills. Okay, so that's actually missile. Do I have? Yes. Okay, so we want blinding... Oh, no, blinding light. I don't really use it that much. It looks like it's also fire-themed. Yeah, it's like all of the T2 versions are just fire. Oh, that's some damage. I mean, I guess it's only 3 times as much damage as most of my other abilities. So it's not that surprising here. Or, like, ridiculously overpowered. I do need to get some kind of, a better shade, though. I've currently got just the wooden slats, and the, I actually can barely see the game through the glare on my screen. I could try and crank up the gamma, but I think it would be better that I just actually get, like, some kind of, light barrier. I mean, shade, yeah, but I already have one. Get a second one? You have pyro. In this game, apparently, yeah. Technically, the Elven Mage is not supposed to be a pyromaniac, but, like, all of my spells are pyromania related right now. So it's like, I guess, if the shoe fits. And I gotta admit, it's pretty satisfying. I don't know, Divinity Original Sin, I think, has changed me, and my preferences. So, in video games, like, throughout the years, I'd always be the person to play, you know, the frontline melee tank character. You know, the more paladin-y, the better. If they can self-heal, awesome. And more or less, you know, my go-to is to play, you know, the heavily armored, you know, bruiser type characters. And Divinity Original Sin, I played the first one, and I actually found myself fairly dissatisfied with being a melee character. There were times when being melee was awesome, but most of the time it was just kind of unsatisfying. It wasn't as good as being a caster. And so when Divinity Original Sin 2 rolled around, I went full Pyromancer and didn't regret it for a second. And so I don't know if this will be... Oh god, that's a thing. As a... God, that's a bad Naga. Oh god, it's got a mouth belly and, like, Naga hair. And... nothing about you is good. Well, at least it dies clean. I was expecting it to have a very wet ending, but... Nope. Well, that's a plus at the very least. The shoe ignites, burn it. Oh. Those shoes are very flammable. Comparatively. Jabba let himself go. Yeah, it turns out they dragged Jabba. Well, Jabba didn't go into the Sarlacc, they just strangled him to death. And they probably threw him into the Sarlacc afterwards just to get rid of him. Oh wait, no. Yes, because the Sarlacc didn't die. Or did it? I know in the extended universe, there's like more to the story of Boba Fett going into the Sarlacc pit. I know that at the very least. Because I remember reading the books and apparently he had like effectively super space cancer as a result. Oh no, I have been stankled. Whatever will I do? More fire! I almost feel like there should be voice packs for this. I would gladly pay several dollars just to have the elven wizard just like low-key just chuckle to himself as everything burns. And you know, the more enemies that are burning, the more intense the laughter gets. So if you have like 30 some odd enemies on fire at once, he's like just losing his mind full-on Joker style. That would be a good game. There needs to be more games like that, where your character is concerning. I'm noticing the little Nurglings don't come together as much anymore. They used to come together a lot into larger groups. I guess I'm not giving them the time to. But yeah, this character absolutely should just have, like, maniacal laughter as everything burns. Like, I'm gonna be honest, if I was a wizard in some kind of, like... Well, I mean, honestly, if I was in this situation, I'd probably get some screws loose. Because I don't think I'd be able to be super on top of things after a certain point. I'd probably just start laughing constantly while I burn everything to death. Especially if I'm, like, just rolling through hordes of enemies. Put on some clothes. Okay, we found the exit, but I should probably not. I don't really know when the game stops us, and I don't really care too much for immediate grinding, because I don't need to. But I should try and at least leave these levels as empty as I can. Now that would be kind of a fun game. A game where no enemies respawn. And so, you know, it's like a really tall task, but if you actually, like, get rid of all of them, the game and the story changes accordingly. I'm trying to think if there's any games like that. It'd have to be, like, kind of open world-ish. With, like, some amount of flexibility as to, like, how you'd be able to play. Maybe that'll be something in, like, Cyberpunk, when that game comes out. That's coming out sometime this year, right? I hope so. I'm looking forward to Cyberpunk. I didn't play Witcher, and I beat myself up for it, because, like, I started playing a little bit of it, but at the time I was just busy. Yeah, Genocide route in Undertale is like that. Yeah, except for I want it to be... I mean, honestly, like, mass murder of Nurglings might not necessarily be the most, like, healthy message or, like, good thing to... No, it probably is a good thing to do. I mean, look at this. Look at all of this. You can't look at all of this and say, like, yeah, you're not doing the right thing. But, you know, in kind of one of these, like, open world games, fighting everything, clearing everything out is like, an extremely long and enduring task, and it's a giant pain. And probably really hard, even. But if you do it, like, the game just kind of becomes cakewalk. I guess not exactly in the same vein, but, the other day I was playing the Toho Luna Knights game, which, you know, Toho aside, at the very end, the boss is just like, you know, thank you for giving me all of the gems over the course of your you know, adventure. As kind of a, like, you accidentally were feeding items to the main boss the entire time. And I'd only ever done it once. And I was actually really curious what would happen if, like, I hadn't. And honestly, I don't have the answer for that sort of thing. But, you know, I always love it in games where there's, like, there's some kind of bonus for either not killing all the enemies or killing all the enemies, kind of depending on what kind of game it is. So, I guess Metal Gear Solid 3, for example, if you straight up don't kill anyone, one of the boss fights is hilarious, because you're effectively walking through a river filled with ghosts of all of the people that you killed. And I guess they, like, grapple you, or who knows what. I have been through this room chunk, like, 4 times, this singular mission. Okay, Cyberpunk will be next year. That's fair. But, like, the idea of games that actually, like, kind of respond to your gameplay in that manner would actually be really, really satisfying. Most games don't. Genocide gets kind of creepy and quiet in Undertale, and I respect that. But, you know, it would be kind of cool if there was, like, a Dead Space-like game where your options are A, you know, just follow the plot as normal, or B, go full Exterminator style and just kill everything. Like, leave nothing left. And, you know, the second route is considerably harder and considerably longer, but it's hilarious. Like, it makes the last boss, or, like, even the ending slightly different, of just like, wait, he just killed... He exterminated how many things? They just find the dude, like, piloting the derelict ship by himself? Or something to the extent of that? I don't know. I want to play more games that recognize ridiculous gameplay like that. So for this game, we're going down into the sewers repeatedly. And it's like the same sewer, honestly. And going into this mission, I was thinking to myself, man, why haven't they just, like, sent somebody down in here and just burn out the sewers? If you've got cultists everywhere, you should probably just get rid of them. And then my mind clicked, and I'm like, no, that's exactly what they're doing. That's why I'm here. They are sending somebody down into the sewers to burn it all out. It's just one guy. We unlocked a Theric Tornado. Okay, yeah, we gotta test that. Let's see. Honestly, I'm not even using this. I really am just using Breath of Fire. Let's try the Tornado. Wow. Okay. So those are pretty strong. Because they knock enemies away and actually do a fair chunk of contact damage. I bet that's really good against mid-bosses and stuff that it can't knock back, but, you know, will slowly just kind of move through their space. But I don't know. Would be a game like that. Their billions, I guess, is actually the map isn't big enough, but in their billions, you're obviously building a larger base. But one of the things you can do is execute every single zombie on the map, and it actually makes your life considerably easier for expansion and stuff, because you only have to deal with like a couple of enemies coming in to get at you. And so, like, I don't know. I think it would be cool to play an RPG like that at some point, where if you really do just exterminate everything on the map, it just becomes hilarious cakewalk mode. Anyway, I should get off this topic because I'm just on loop.
The Ungor deceived us. He led me into a layer of Chaosbane, knowing he would be the first to die.
I had not expected this. No mere human cult could command such loyalty from an Ungor.
How can that be?
I do not know. And that troubles me.
Is the voice actor for Teclis the same as the commander from, It's definitely the same voice actor as the commander from Monster Hunter World. I'm, like, 99% sure.
If the servants of chaos would sooner die than give up their secrets, then we must find another way to reach their hidden shrine.
A sensible course of action. What do you suggest?
Heinrich Voss has more experience with these chaos cults than anyone else in Nuln. Speak with him. Perhaps he knows a way to obtain the information we seek.
I'd sooner turn the pompous fool into a pile of ash.
What was that?
Nothing, High Lord Master. I'm sure Witch Hunter Voss will be happy to help.